Kayla, welcome to the program.
Hi, Dr. Laura. Thank you so much for taking my call.
You're welcome. What's up?
I'm calling. I'm calling today. I've been in a relationship with my boyfriend for about 2 years, and we've come to the point in our relationship where we're trying to navigate with what to do. We're at a point where we don't see each other getting married right now, but we do see a future with each other. And we've had some serious conversations recently about our future that we don't necessarily see eye to eye on, and it's caused us some stress. And so I'm wondering what
May I ask you what you think dating's for?
Mm-hmm.
What is dating for?
Getting to know another person and finding out if you can see each other together for the future and love them forever.
And what qualities does he have which lead you to believe that he'd make a wonderful husband and father for you? Just name some qualities.
He's encouraging and supportive of me with my current career path. He is motivated and determined to be successful in his own career. And he shows me great affection and care and excitement to see me. He talks about...
And what qualities does he have which lead you to believe maybe all that isn't enough for a healthy marriage? So what qualities might those be?
His occasional lack of communication with me about plans that involve me or affect me, and his somewhat tunnel vision when it comes to certain things that he's really invested in.
What does that mean, tunnel vision? What does that mean?
Well, he'll jump from one thing to another and be very obsessed with it. And sometimes, and I don't always understand it because I'm not like that. And so I think...
Give me an example. Example.
Oh, he plays pickleball, and he'll play it just about every day. And at one point it was, interfering with our time together. And I communicated that I felt like it was affecting our relationship. And he does continue to play it, but he's made some adjustments, I guess.
What adjustment?
Not playing really early in the morning when I stay over at his house, and so it doesn't interfere with the time we spend in the morning together or the next day.
And when he plays pickleball, how many hours does he play?
Sometimes it can be over 3 hours, and sometimes it can be 1 hour.
Okay.
He'll play for however long he can, really.
Okay. Does he work or go to school? I mean... So he
Yeah, he
tries to play early in the morning because the rest of the time he's working. Is that right?
Exactly. And because the pickleball courts are booked up in the evening.
So, okay, and what gave you stress when you guys were talking about a potential future? What gave you stress?
Just a few things that we didn't see eye to eye on with
And what are those few things? Tell me what they are.
the number of kids that we see ourselves having, our view on abortion, and just some of the more traditional views that he has, I think, from his upbringing that I don't necessarily see for myself.
Well, we don't have to see eye and eye on all these philosophical things, but let's take them one at a time right now. What's the difference in your positions on abortion?
I believe more in that there should be a decision made between the couple together, and that women should have the choice depending on her situation and, the mother's health and everything, which he does agree with the mother's health portion of it. But he does see that life starts right at the point when you become pregnant or you conceive, and that there's not much of an exception for that with abortion. And so I think he doesn't see that he would ever agree with giving up a child.
Now, how do you think that will affect you? If you get pregnant before you get married, if you get pregnant while you're working on your career and you decide this is not the time for you to have a baby and you abort.
Yeah, I guess I'm scared
he will probably leave you because you will have killed his child.
Exactly, and that's what he said.
Right. So you have a decision to make. About not aborting his child. You can always leave the relationship and give him the baby. Just doesn't want you to kill his kid. Is that unreasonable?
Right. No. He wants to become a father, and I know that's important.
Right. So as long as you commit to not aborting his baby, you're good to go. I mean, you can believe in abortion all day long, but if you want a relationship with this man, you have to make a promise not to. Is that something you think you can do?
I'm not sure. I don't think before I'm
Then you can't marry him until you're willing to commit to not aborting his kid.
Mm-hmm.
Then you shouldn't marry him.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
See, yeah. So we did abortion. What was the next thing? How many kids? So
yeah,
that's a sort of a stupid thing to think you're going to agree on at this time in your life. Because a lot of women who get married decide they want 5 kids, and then they have 1 and they say, okay, 2, and that's it. So things change.
Mm-hmm.
The important thing is, yes, kids, no kids, not how many kids. Sometimes there are infertility issues. Sometimes there are tragedies. One can't plan all of that, but one can decide that in a marriage, we need to agree to become a family.
Mm-hmm.
So neither one of you can demand a number of kids from the other. That's ridiculous.
I agree.
Okay, what are some of the other issues?
I guess that I guess he sees himself more as the main provider for the family. And I don't really have an issue with that, but I struggle with the traditional roles of that. And I'm in school right now, in graduate school, and I'm working towards a career that I'm really passionate about, and I can't imagine giving that up to stay home with the kids full time. But I also don't want them to.
Well, how many kids did you want to have that you don't want to stay home and raise? How many kids did you not want to raise?
I would like to have 2 kids. I guess.
And he wants how many?
At least 4.
Okay. You shouldn't have any if you're not going to raise them. You hear me?
Mm-hmm. I guess I want more of an equal role between the 2 of us when it comes to childcare. And I don't
really can't have that. And I'll tell you, you've been raised with really some weirdo ideas. Our brains are different, male and female. You have breasts that give forth milk. You have a uterus that allows life to be created in there. Kid spends 9 months in your belly. You're a different individual to that child than the man is. Saw a scenario one time. You know, I'm scared for you that you don't understand these things, that you have minimized what being a woman and a mother and a wife is. You just see it more as sort of a business arrangement between people who are the same. We're not. We tend to nurture. They tend to protect, to provide, and to teach kids honor and taking risks. Mothers generally don't want their kids to take a risk. We're so different. I saw a mother in a pool one time with a baby, and she's holding the baby to her chest, and the baby is facing her, and she's swaying and cooing the baby. The father finally gets in the water, and I'm sitting there covered up so the sun won't burn me, watching this. Son gets in, his husband gets in, she hands the baby to the husband. They have a quick little on the lips, and she gets out, and he's there. He takes the baby, throws the baby up in the air, twirls it 180 degrees, and starts shooting the baby over the top of the water, going, whee! Like an airplane. Whee! Whee! Totally different. And if you're going to hire somebody to do the mother part while you're having your career, that kid's going to be calling me if I live long enough.
Mm-hmm. I do agree with you on that. I do. Yeah.
So don't have kids till you're near your 40. So do all your career stuff. And in your late 30s, I have a feeling you'll say, this is not enough. I want to be somebody's mommy.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Ironically, that's what happened to me.
It did?
Yeah. I think I sounded like you. I had a career. Don't mess with my career. Don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. No. And you get to about 35 and you go, shit, this is not all it's pumped up to be. This is not enough of my personhood. There's a reason my brain has these feelings and your body has these feelings, and you will come to that place. So my advice for you is to remember everything we said and wait 10 years.
Okay.
Until you're ready and willing to do the sacrifices that it takes to be a mother.
Yeah, I understand. I think being as young as I am at 25, I can't imagine what it would be like.
No, at 25, I would have been a sucky mom. 25, you're all about yourself. And that's fine. That's the level of development we're at in our early 20s. We're still trying to pull away from parents' point of views and everything and start making our own decisions, but we're too young and inexperienced. Blah, blah, blah. Start closing in on 40 and you go, you know what? I don't want to miss out on this. And a lot of the feminist boomers missed out on becoming parents and regretted it. And there are stories to read. I should post some of them. Some of the best known sort of said, by the time I realized this is something that I must have as a full person, it was too late. Couldn't find somebody, my eggs were old, whatever it is. So if he's a good guy, and everybody's going to be quirky, and if the worst thing he does is get up early in the morning and go play 2 hours of pickleball, that means he'll be fit. Fit guys are better in bed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Don't underestimate how that's adding to his ardor. My number, 1-800-375-2872. We're going to take a break. Come right back.